Hey guys, so I wanted to share a little update here. So I've been watching some of the live streams periodically, and they had Biden up talking live what all's going on with the NATO stuff, the NATO plans to secure Poland and a lot of the other areas. But it was on Fox News, and right at the end of the live stream, they had just a little blurb of about 15-20 seconds, and something is happening in our country as well. I think people need to be aware of. It's not being covered, it's being covered up, if anything, and that is that Joe Biden has began packing the Supreme Court. Okay, for those who don't know what we're talking about, he's adding justices that's going to allow him to push whatever mandates and whatever he wants to push as his agenda, guys. And that's where we're at right now in our country. We're talking about, he's not going to tolerate freedom being, fought over into Ukraine, yet he's stripping away at the very fabric of American freedom. Why would he pack the court system? Well, look at what happened just recently. The mandate that he'd passed, his administration passed, made it a while, and then it got shut down in the Supreme Court. And that is the only reason why you have the option whether or not you want to be vaccinated and why you can go back to work if you're not. That's the only reason. Supreme Court, they done that for you. Our justice system was working. He didn't like it. So Ketanji Brown Jackson is the new Supreme Court justice that is going to be sworn in here before too long, probably here the next few days. He's interviewed 3 other people, so it sounds like he's planning to put maybe 2 or 3 more in there now. Those names have not been released yet, but he's interviewing more people to fill those slots. It sounds like he has an idea of filling 3 or 4 slots there. That's y'all's president y'all voted for right there, guys. I know not everybody on this channel voted for him, but that is why this guy needs to be out of office. We've got 2 more, well really 3 more years of this mess. Now, what happens from this point forward? Well, either a Republican gets in office and understands Supreme Court. That is a lifetime appointment. They cannot just be removed later. Those slots are now there. So what do? Try to balance it out. Then they pack it back the other way. Next thing you know, we're going to have another aristocrat type society where it's got the aristocracy. There's the word I'm looking for. Sorry, guys. But that's what we're looking at. We're getting back into the old medieval, messed up, the rich running whatever, and this will go back and forth from here on out, guys. So now we're going to have a liberal Supreme Court justice. We're going to have a liberal Supreme Court in this country, and if we get a Republican in office, to balance that back out, they would have to then create more positions, which would be lifetime slots, and those slots have to be filled. Whenever they finally die or retire out, if they decide to retire out or they die in that position, that slot has to be filled. It is now a slot. It's not something, well, as they pass away, we just won't fill those slots. No, that's not how this works in this country. There's a lot of stuff that had to happen. This is not something that happened overnight. This whole deal with the Ukraine and all that stuff, while it is, it's terrible, guys. I hate it for those people over there. I really do. But when all of the news started focusing just on that for the last 2 months, I've been often wondering what's happening in my country, what's happening, what is this administration pushing, what is it he's doing right now. He's talking about wants to defend freedom in Ukraine. He does not care about freedom in his own country. He does not care about the borders of his own country. That is what Joe Biden does best, is to sit up there and he will gaslight to get you focused on one thing while he's doing something else. That is the liberal way. That is where we're at in this country. We have now lopsided the Supreme Court. It's a sad day for our country, guys. It really is. So what do I see the ramifications of this being? People are worried about a world war and things like that with Ukraine and all. Hey, it's a very big possibility. I expect a civil war in this country before it's all over and done with. Honestly, I'm not encouraging you to go out and start rioting and stuff like that. There's ways we handle stuff in this country, and that is not it. But the way that they are pushing for war in our own country amongst our own people, because as long as those with power keep us fighting against one another, they continue to have power. But when the people unite against that type of crap, that's when they lose their power, and they do not want us to unite. Why would he choose now? Well, Roe versus Wade is coming back up for a vote. It was put off because some of the stuff that's coming in that got pushed to the side because of the mandates and stuff like that, but it's coming back up to vote, and he wants to make sure that it is upheld. That is a right to murder the unborn, and that's what we're seeing in this country. People talk about this is a godly country. This is no longer a godly country. This is no longer a country that embraces freedom. You have a president who gets up and he mocks freedom. He's come up on national television mocking the very fabric of our country and the ideals which it was built upon, our freedoms. That's what he's doing. That's what he's done. You may not believe me. That's fine. Go look it up where Joe Biden's mocking freedom. He comes up and he's going, freedom, oh please. What, you have the freedom to kill people with your COVID? Okay, no one's looking at it from that standpoint. They want people to look like they are the bad guys, like they're being, one against the other. The government is the one that is wanting complete domination. They're the ones who are wanting everyone to comply. That's what their deal was. They wanted 100% compliance. It didn't happen. He pushed for a mandate. It got shot down. Will he start more mandates? You guarantee he will. As soon as he's got the people in place in the Supreme Court, he's going to pass it again, and it will be upheld the next time it goes through, guys. So anytime you see stuff happening on the other side of the world, try to look in our backyard and see what's really going on, because it's always a cover-up of something that's even worse here. If they're attacking freedom over in Europe, you know that you're losing freedom right here in your own home, and that's exactly what's happening. Everyone have a wonderful day.